Nintendo just always has the randomest timing with these things. Because yes, Nintendo just announced the new Switch model that has been talked about for the longest time. It is a real thing. And I never talked about this in the past because I just get really iffy about going down these rabbit holes of rumored, reported, and all this stuff, the leak. Like, I don't talk about that. But this Switch model has just been a joke for the longest time that when I saw an official video from Nintendo this morning, I looked at their channel, I clicked on links, I didn't even look at the thing until I figured out that, okay, this is the actual thing. Hello, Samurai Kibiji, and thank you so much for tuning into this video where we talk about Nintendo's little surprise this morning. So we have a new Nintendo Switch model coming that is just simply titled OLED model. Not a Switch Pro, not Power Switch or anything like that. It is just the OLED model, which really fits the name for this system. This is literally just a Switch with an OLED model, which basically means it's gonna have better contrast and better colors on the Switch screen itself, which will be really cool because that's honestly the main way I personally use my Switch. I love to use it on the go. When I'm at home, I just have too much to play on my Xbox, but on the go, this is gonna be really cool. Is it enticing enough to get it over the current Switch I have? Well, let's get to that. Number one thing, if you don't have a Switch, get this, because there's one thing that they don't say in this trailer that I'm going to assume. On the trailer, on the website, I read everything. It's gonna be lighter. I would imagine so, because OLED technology is super thin. It is one panel versus 4. And because of that, that's probably gonna mean that this Switch model is a lot lighter and probably will have better battery life too. They don't really market out of those two things, but I just assume because there's less power running through it, there's less weight running through it, I just feel like it's gonna have a better battery life and it's gonna be just a little bit lighter than the normal Switch. It's gonna have a 64 gig internal memory, which is nice, but honestly, just still get an SSD card. To me, the biggest improvement though, in terms of kind of the build of this system, is the kickstand. It is no longer the stupid flimsy one that's just the one little bracket that comes off at the side. It is now one wide bar and it can be adjusted, which is so cool. It can be like, you know, if you want to be really flat or as tall as it can be, like you can adjust that. That's a really cool feature. In terms of visuals, yes, I am looking forward to better contrast and better colors for the, again, just the on-the-go model, but there is a little bit bigger screen, being 7 inches versus I think the 6.2 or 6.4 it was before, which that doesn't sound like much, but for a mobile situation, that's actually, it's gonna be like noticeable. The enhanced audio too, like I'm not expecting it to be great. I mean, I would like it to be also just like the screen, just enough that it's noticeable, but I don't know, I'll probably just plug in the speaker, earbuds or something. The main thing I wanna hit is the dock design, because the dock does have a little bit more of like a white and rounded design rather than boxy. And while the white is really fancy and the screen is upgraded, yes, this console isn't that much of an upgrade or really any kind of an upgrade in terms of it being a home console. The only upgrade is the dock now has a wired port, which also, like, that just makes me think, like, can I just use this port with my current Switch and just get that wired port? Because wired internet is really great. It's a very stable connection, much more than wireless, and that was honestly the thing. When I saw this trailer, I was legitimately like, oh shoot, it's a wired internet port. But other than that, there is no 4K. There is no even like 1440p. They didn't even address like if this is a solid 1080p console. It's mainly just the handheld upgrade, which in my opinion is still worth the extra $50 versus like the base model. I still totally think this model, for the better, you know, contrast, colors, potentially weight and battery life, the kickstand, I think all of that is worth the $50 extra, even if it's not a home, you know, thing upgrade other than, you know, the internet port. Does it excite me personally? Not really. I'm kind of on the fence. I still have the like day one Switch model, which I probably should upgrade it at some point, but it still does the job. And they're just, if this was like a 4K upgrade or even 1440p, and they just had, you know, they said that at least the home console is a slight upgrade in some way, but they're probably going to save that for whatever next system Nintendo does. But honestly, I don't think they should have a next system for a long time because the Switch is doing fantastic. But I'm just happy it's a real thing. I'm just happy no more leaks, no more rumors, no more reportedlies. It is finally a thing. Nintendo Switch OLED model. What do you think of it? Are you gonna get one? Do you think it's worth trading yours in to upgrade? Are you gonna do that? Are you gonna keep your base one? Any comments? I want to talk with you about it, and just want to get this out there for you. Samurai Kibiji, thanks for watching, and see you in another video. Please subscribe. We need more peeps subscribed here. I'm not begging, but I love you. Okay, thanks, bye.